Hello, my dear followers, and welcome back to Turkish Series Stars, the cozy corner where we whisper the loudest secrets of the screen and follow every tremor that shakes the fandom. I'm thrilled you're here with me today, because what we're about to explore has sent shockwaves through timelines, comment sections, and late-night group chats alike. Buckle in, take a breath, and lean closer, because the rumor burning through the wires is this: Ebru Şahin is pregnant with Akınözü's child. Yes, that's the breathtaking claim stirring hearts and stirring trouble, and today we're going to trace every spark that lit this fire, weigh what's real and what's wishful thinking, and try to understand why this story has everyone gasping and second-guessing. Before we dive, remember, if you love keeping up with every twist in the Turkish TV universe, make sure you're subscribed to Turkish Series Stars with notifications on, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's talk about the couple at the center of this storm, the duo who once set the screen ablaze with a chemistry that felt bigger than the frame, Akınözü and Ebru Şahin. From the earliest days they shared the spotlight, their dynamic had an electricity that fans never forgot. It wasn't just the look, the timing, the tension, it was the feeling that something unscripted might be hiding beneath rehearsed lines and perfect takes. That feeling gave birth to a fandom that still refuses to let the spark die, no matter how the years and headlines move along. So when whispers emerged that Ebru Şahin might be expecting, with Akınözü named as the father, the fandom did what it does best: it buzzed, connected 1,000 dots, and turned the rumor mill into a thunderstorm. In the space of a few hours, the story ballooned from a sly comment under a filtered photo to a full-blown frenzy, and suddenly everyone had an opinion. Where did it begin? As always in the age of unblinking cameras and watchful eyes, the clues seemed tiny at first. A fan account reposted a clip from a recent event, pointing out how Ebru's hand lingered over her midsection while she laughed, just a fraction of a second, but enough to make someone pause. Another fan claimed that in a backstage candid, Ebru seemed to avoid a toast with bubbly, choosing water instead. Then a picture surfaced of an oversized blazer draped just so, a change in silhouette, an avoidance of form-fitting dresses at a gala where everyone was glued in satin. Little things. Or big things, if your heart wants them to be. The chatter turned into a map of moments: a quiet dinner where they were allegedly seen together with friends, a private gathering where witnesses swore they overheard congratulations whispered like a secret prayer. A comment from a stylist about keeping comfort in mind for an upcoming shoot, a cryptic caption from Akınözü about turning pages at the right time that sent decipherers into orbit. Then came the sources close to the couple, those ever-mysterious voices that float through entertainment corridors and claim to know the truth before the truth knows itself. Some said the news had been shared in a small circle. Others hinted that a formal announcement was planned after a milestone date. But anonymous whispers are a tricky currency. They buy excitement fast, and they bankrupt trust just as quickly. What do we actually know? That's where this story becomes a test of patience, caution, and empathy. Because the most concrete fact we have is the absence of a definitive statement. Neither Ebru Şahin nor Akınözü has addressed the rumor head-on. Their social media posts remain composed, curated, and pointedly apolitical about private matters. Their teams, when nudged by reporters outside event entrances or behind press lines, have deflected with smiles or non-committal phrases like "no comment," "all is well," and "thank you for your concern." Is that a denial? Is that a yes without saying yes? In a world where every look is interpreted as a confession, a smile can become a headline, and silence becomes a megaphone. But let's be real, there's a reason public figures keep sacred things sacred. A pregnancy, if it exists, isn't just a tidbit for a trending hashtag, it's the beginning of a life, a chapter that belongs first to the people living it, not to our timelines. And if there's one thing both Ebru and Akın have always guarded fiercely, it's dignity, the dignity of their craft, of their personal choices, and of the space they keep between the spotlight and the soul. Still, the persistence of the rumor tells its own tale. Fans insist there's a change in Ebru's glow, in her pace, in the way she stands when the cameras flash. They point out how rare her appearances have become in recent weeks, how carefully framed her photos are, how a jacket sits a little higher, how a hand rests gently where it never did before. Others tug at threads of timing, how industry announcements tend to collide with upcoming releases, how networks capitalize on hype, how publicists play chess with curiosity and restraint. Is it all strategy? Is it all imagination? Or is it simple life unfolding behind curtains, asking to be left alone until the right moment? The speculation grows because the story is irresistible. We all remember how their on-screen partnership affected us, the way anger softened into tenderness, the way promises sounded like oaths, the way eye contact felt like gravity. And so the idea that those emotions might have migrated off-screen, that they might quietly have rooted into something lasting, feels like a wish the fandom has whispered for years. That wish can color everything. A sweater becomes a signal, a silence becomes proof, a sly caption becomes a vow. As comments surged, hashtags followed. Over a single weekend, timelines filled with edits set to soft music and hopeful lyrics. Fan pages ran polls asking whether people believed it, whether they wanted it, whether they'd support them no matter what. That last question had only one answer, really. Because whether this rumor turns true or turns to dust, the love for Ebru Şahin and Akınözü is too entrenched to disappear. They've delivered moments on screen that people lean on in difficult times, scenes that feel like warm blankets when the night runs too long. That kind of bond is more than a crush. It's companionship. It makes every rumor feel personal. It makes joy contagious and doubt unbearable. Now, let's be measured. The lack of a statement, however much it stokes intrigue, also speaks to responsibility. If there were news to share and they wanted it public, they would say so. If the rumor were baseless and bothersome, they might still choose not to swat at every fly, opting for grace over confrontation. That restraint doesn't confirm anything. But it doesn't deny their right to experience life on their terms, without the world peering in through the blinds. In the past few days, we've revisited recent interviews, scanned red carpet footage frame by frame, and examined captions with the intensity of a mystery novel's final chapter. And here's the truth we keep arriving at: interpretation is a mirror. What you bring is what you see. If you're aching for this to be real, you'll find patterns. If you're skeptical, you'll see coincidence. If you respect boundaries, you'll wait. And perhaps that's where we should all land tonight, with a respectful curiosity that knows when to pause. Imagine Ebru reading these threads, seeing these edits, feeling the hum of a world desperate to peek into her heart. Imagine Akın catching a headline while sipping coffee, weighing the cost of a simple yes or no. Words can feed us, and they can starve us. Words can protect, and they can expose. Maybe the best words in times like these are gentle ones: we'll be here when you're ready. We'll celebrate if you want to celebrate. We'll step back if you need the silence to grow something beautiful. Yet the rumor doesn't cool. It keeps reinventing itself. A report will insist the news was shared within family. An Instagram story will vanish too quickly and spark 1,000 screenshots. A stylist will post a baby emoji unrelated to anything and be forced to clarify. And through it all, Turkish series Stars has one mission: to keep the conversation sincere, careful, and anchored in empathy. Because gossip without heart is noise. And we refuse to be noise. So let's consider the timeline one more time. It began with subtle observations about Ebru's choices, looser fits, careful angles, a quieter presence. It grew with speculative claims of private congratulations and with Akın's poetic, ambiguous words about new chapters. It swelled as fan communities knit the pieces together and as the press tried to bait a quote and got only smiles in return. And now we're here, in the eye of the storm, where curiosity is loud but facts are few. Does that mean the story is false? Not necessarily. Does it mean it's true? Not yet. It means the moment belongs to them. It means we wait. It means we don't rob two artists of the grace to decide how their lives are told. And it means that, whatever the outcome, the devotion to their work and to the joy they've given us remains unshaken. If a day arrives when Ebru, Şahin and Akınözü step forward and say, yes, a new life is on the way, the world will roar with happiness, and will be here with tender words and grateful hearts. If they step forward and say, no, this was imagination running ahead of reality, we will accept that without bitterness and keep cheering the projects, the scenes, the courage it takes to be human in a world that never stops watching. Until then, the most honest answer to the question on everyone's lips is simple: there is no official confirmation. The rumor is powerful, the hints seductive, the longing enormous, but only Ebru and Akın hold the key, and they will turn it if and when they choose. In the meantime, let's be the kind of fans that artists are proud to have: curious but kind, invested but respectful, excited but patient. That is how we keep our corner of the world beautiful. And so, my dear friends, our deep dive ends where wisdom begins, at the doorstep of their privacy. We've sifted the whispers, tracked the timelines, and listened for truth in the lull between headlines. The mystery remains, wrapped in dignity and possibility. Whatever tomorrow brings, Turkish series stars will be here to walk through it with you, thoughtfully, joyfully, and always with love for the stories that connect us. If you felt seen, entertained, or comforted tonight, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a heartbeat from us. Share this with the friends who have stayed up with you, replaying old scenes and reading captions like clues. And drop your thoughts below. Do you think the signs point to yes, or do you believe this is the fandom's dream riding over the margins of reality? There's no wrong answer, only the promise that we'll face the truth together when it arrives. Until then, keep your hearts warm and your expectations gentle. This has been Turkish series stars, holding space for the stories we love and the people behind them. Good night, and may tomorrow bring clarity, compassion, and the sweetest kind of news. Whatever that may be for Ebru, Şahin and Akınözü.